Daily habits shape our lives, whether it's eating healthy, eating right, exercising regularly, drinking water every single day, drinking a glass of water, getting enough sleep, getting enough rest, getting 7 to 8 hours of sleep a day. We all have daily habits that shape our lives and that can improve our lives for the better. With the new year starting and it being the month of January, the first month of the year, everyone's thinking how to have better daily healthy habits and how to increase and improve their life for the better. What about photography? What about if you're interested in photography or already a photographer and wanting to improve your photography? Well, no one's born knowing how to use a camera. So, in this video, we're going to be going over 3 daily habits to instantly make you a better photographer and improve your photos forever. Number 1, shoot something every day. Much easier said than done. So, when you're first starting out and you're a beginner in photography, it is so essential for you to get hands-on experience using your camera. You want to have your camera in your hands as much as humanly possible. And whether you're photographing your mom, your best friend, your children, whoever or whatever you're photographing, as long as you're using that camera every single day to get some hands-on experience of how to actually use your camera, how to mess with the settings, how to properly compose a photograph and so forth. Using your camera every day is going to get you more comfortable with using it, and by using it a lot, you're going to get used to everything that you need to know as far as operating it and feeling more comfortable, so that when you do land those paid gigs and those paid clients, you will feel a lot more confident and a lot more comfortable because you've already spent that time with your camera. You spend 1 good year, I believe, with your camera before getting any paid gigs, you are definitely going to be more prepared, and then those paid gigs will only prepare you more because then you'll get hands-on experience of how to actually deal and work with clients and people who pay for photography. All right, so number 2 is to shoot with purpose. This one is super important. So when you're what it means to shoot with purpose is that you are aware of your surroundings. You're looking around, seeing what is around that you can use to compose your photo, to make your photo more interesting, to not just aimlessly aim your camera at something and just shoot at it and just photograph it just because it looks pretty, but looking at the composition of a building, the architecture, looking at how you can utilize the greenery or shrubbery around you, the flowers, looking at the composition of the building, whether you see symmetry, rule of thirds, so many other composition techniques I'm not even going to get into right now because that's a whole separate video in itself. But you never only want to shoot at eye level. For instance, when you're photographing children, you want to get down on their level. Same when you're photographing pets. And the same even when you're photographing people. Usually those head-on eye level photo shots, I mean, unless you're doing a headshot, it can be very boring. If you're doing portraiture, it's really good to switch up your angles, to get down low, get up high, to get either below or above your subject. Shooting at different angles really creates interest and really makes your photograph way more dynamic. And these are a few examples of photos that I've done that where I've gotten low and I've gotten high above my subject. So lastly, we have number 3, shoot at different times of the day. Why is this important? So shooting at different times of the day ensures that you get used to shooting in different lighting conditions. And why is that so important? Because, well, with photography, lighting is everything, and understanding lighting is essential to becoming a better photographer and taking better photographs. So whether you are a natural light photographer or a flash photographer, either scenario, you're gonna need to learn lighting. And it's best to learn basically with what you got using the sun and using the conditions that are already present to you outside before you dive into Flash. I would learn natural light first, in my opinion, if I was a complete beginner, way before ever getting into Flash. Because when you understand that, and then once you add on Flash, you know, it's a whole nother ball game, and yet again a whole nother video in itself. So for now, most people start out, without one, and they just use the natural light around them. Sometimes you have to use like a diffuser if it's too much light on your subject and you need to dim it down a bit. You're going to want to learn how to shoot in sunrise. You're going to want to learn how to shoot at noon when the sun is most harsh. You're going to want to learn how to shoot at golden hour, which is most photographers' favorite time to shoot during the day usually. And then you're going to want to learn how to shoot at sunset. Now, for those of you who thought that golden hour and sunset were the same, they are not. Golden hour is actually that golden light right before the sun sets. So just a clarification. And then, of course, there's blue hour. So it's right after that sun sets and you get that slightly blue hue in the sky. And it's not quite dark yet, but it just looks really nice. And then, of course, you have nighttime where it's very dark. And I just want to show you guys an example of some photos that I shot at noon, because I know for many beginners this can be quite daunting. However, in order to shoot at noon, you have to be able to learn how to play with light. What do I mean by play with light? Well, utilize the light to your advantage. You want to play with shadows. Obviously, when you have that noon light, it's going to be what we call harsh lighting, because it's going to be beaming down at your subject. So oftentimes you have to use like a diffuser if it's too much light on your subject and you need to dim it down a bit. But having that harsh light actually creates really cool, interesting images, unlike any other. So by learning how to shoot in different times of the day, you will be able to master the art of light, which essentially is mastering the art of photography. And then when you add composition techniques, different composition techniques with good lighting, it's like chef's kiss. So I hope you found these 3 daily tips or 3 daily habits super helpful. I can guarantee you, if you start implementing these today or tomorrow, it will look incredible and totally transform your photography. It takes about 6 weeks to develop a new habit and about 36 weeks to hardwire this new habit. So this is brand new start of the year. We are in January. Now is the time to level up your photography and to get better and improve your photography. This is what this channel is all about. Our goal is always to get 1% better every day. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. And if you are on the fence about even becoming a photographer, if you're not sure if it's even worth making it as a business, definitely watch my previous video that I will link right here.